Hey guys, Rashad here. Yeah, this guy thought he'd just come sit right next to me and start talking. All right. So, live Q&A, guys. Any questions you want to ask, go ahead. Go right ahead. I put in the title, Analysis to Paralysis. This is a term I heard from one of the guys that I follow, one of the vegan guys that I follow, that talks a bit about taking action in some kinds of things. So he uses this term, analysis to paralysis, and I really like it. It describes the kind of people that have a mindset where it's related to the last Q&A that I did, and a lot of the comments that happened in it and outside of it, and generally a lot as well in the singing land. So it's related to veganism stuff, and it's also related to the singing world. It's related to weight loss. It's related to a mindset when we might argue, how should we do something? And because there's a lot of information about how we should do something, lose weight, how to eat generally, should we eat animals or not, or which singing method to do, there's lots of different people that go on all sides. Yep. How are you, Artu? Happy good, man. I'm all right. I was good, but as soon as I came out to go on my break, I just got like a mad earache, like kind of headachy earache, so I hope it goes away. Yeah, so because there's a lot of sides to how we should live our life in different ways, sometimes people get the kind of different attitudes and then they choose a side, or they sort of don't choose a side and keep doing whatever they're doing in life. So maybe you're overweight and you sort of see a lot of information about weight loss, and then because it's overwhelming, that there's so much information, it's hard to choose what's right, what's wrong. Same with singing methods. There's maybe, let's say there's a dozen teachers that you see on YouTube, but you can't pick which one makes sense, which one is the rightest, or which one fits you. So instead of taking any action on it and trying them out, you sort of leave it, right? You just do whatever you've been doing when it comes to singing. Let's say it's got to do with going plant-based or vegan. So you might see, oh, like, is killing animals good or bad? You'll hear the different arguments for it, all right? And then you'll hear the different sides. You'll look at the science about the health, whether it's good or bad to eat animals, and you sort of be like, oh, well, there's people that are arguing points on both sides. I can't tell which one is more correct. They all seem to know more than I do. How do I choose which one to follow? Okay? This is analysis to paralysis, where you go, how do I choose? And then you don't do anything. That's what I mean by paralysis. You don't pick a teacher. You don't pick a weight loss program. You don't pick, like, I'm either doing an omnivore diet or I'm doing a plant-based diet. This indecision is actually, I don't quite understand when people do that, because I've never been like that. I don't know if I just wasn't taught that way, or I wasn't taught any kind of way. This is just the way that I am, is that I hear about something and I like to try it. That's my natural sort of direction. So I might read about something and then I'll be like, okay, I might hate it at first and then I might like it, maybe after reading something a few times or hearing a lot of people say the same thing, but then I'll be interested in the opposite of it too. So what I like to do is I like to try different things. And that I learn about, because I believe that trying is the whole reason that someone is trying to convince you in the first place. So for example, someone else has tried something. They've tried weight loss, they've tried veganism. Hey Renzo, what up? They've tried veganism, they've tried bodybuilding and seen how it made them feel better and more confident about themselves, or more strong, made their bones feel better, their muscles. They've tried a singing program and it made them feel this way. They've tried a guitar program, etc. So that's what's making someone share their experience with you, usually, okay? So I'm the kind of guy that would say, I'm gonna try something that I learn about, okay? I'm not gonna argue about it without trying it. And what I got on my last Q&A and all over my channel, because I talk about a different kind of way to learn singing, right? And because I'm vegan, and that's not, you know, that's also different, you know. I get a lot of pushback from people that don't try something before arguing about it. So they argue against something that they have not tried yet, or they don't understand yet. So if you don't try it, or research it at least, like spending a good minimum, you got to spend hours researching anything. Like if you want to learn about my method, you got to watch a couple hours of my videos maybe. Some people are smart, they catch on quick, right? Some people aren't. There's a lot of gaps to fill in their own knowledge. Maybe they don't have as much experience with something. Maybe you got to watch a few hours of any. I watched many teachers for hours, right? To really understand what they're about. I don't just watch a 20-minute video and go, no, I don't like that teacher, he's dumb. Especially not in the beginning, because in the beginning, I mean, I didn't know nothing about nothing, so I had to watch a lot of things to learn anything. Now I can see patterns. Now that I've learned more, there's patterns. But even though there's patterns, I still like to watch and learn, because sometimes some people say 90% rubbish, but then they have some 10% that's amazing. You know what I mean? Because no one is usually right about everything. Usually everyone's in a state of learning, and then our facts are all mixed, like about all the different kinds of things we experience in life. So my bottom line is, don't get paralyzed by all the analysis. Instead, dedicate time to try out different things so you know it for yourself. That way you know for yourself. I've done vegan, I've done my blood tests, I've done bodybuilding, I've done blood tests then, I've done different kind of junk food diets, I got blood tests, they tell me what my blood sugar was, what my cholesterol was. I've seen my body fat, I've measured my body fat, I've done calorie counting, I've felt what it's like to eat like meat-based meals where there's mostly meat and maybe some bread or something, or vegetables, and I felt what it's like to eat plant-based meals where it's just like potatoes, fruits, beans, that kind of stuff, rice. I've experienced, so I can speak from a place of experience. I'm not saying that I feel that I'm completely right maybe about everything that I do and that everyone should copy how I do something. No, I'm not saying that necessarily exactly like that. What I am saying is that you go out and experience it for yourself instead of arguing something that you don't yet have experience in. I'm not going to argue a particular diet or religion or something is wrong unless I've spent hours learning about it first, at least, and maybe trying part of it to experience it. Then how am I arguing if I don't know? If someone says to me yoga is the best thing ever, and I'll be like, what's yoga? Then I spend a few hours learning about yoga, maybe spend a few weeks trying yoga. Okay? This is how you really understand something. You got to spend a few hours learning about it, and then maybe try to incorporate it a bit into your life, but at least a few hours learning about it. If you don't put in like 5 to 10 hours learning about something, how can you, like some system, how can you really say it doesn't work? How do you even know what it is? All right, that's it. That's what I'm telling you guys. Don't get paralyzed by information. What action are you going to take to really understand something new? You want to understand veganism? Spend a couple hours learning about it before you look at the counter evidence. Then look at the counter evidence. After you've spent 10 hours learning about it, go look at 10 hours learning about the counter evidence. That's a fair way to learn something. It's not fair if you're just looking for the counter evidence without spending the time looking at the evidence. True? Because your brain only goes off what it knows. So if you're only listening to the people that are saying this is wrong and here's why, but you never listen to the people that say this is why I do what I do, you're not giving yourself a full chance to learn everything. You know what I mean? So I spent a lot of time in the scale-based singing, teaching kind of world before I ever came to the song-based world. Actually, it was the scale-based world that helped me come to where I am now. So learning about both sides of something, I think, is extremely important because it makes you create and experience what it is that, like, it gives you new knowledge. That new knowledge creates a new you, creates something unique, a new perspective, and helps us create something entirely different to what we already have, hopefully better. But if you're just looking at something to confirm what you already believe, how are you going to progress? Really? If you're just looking for something to confirm, I don't want to quit eating this, I want to lose weight, but I don't want to actually make real changes to lose weight. I just want to make like I'm just going to cut out soda and then I'm going to lose weight. I have like a friend that says that, I'm just going to cut out soda. I just look at him like, bro, you got no idea. It's so complicated. There's so much for you to learn. You're not going to lose 30 kilos just by cutting out soda. It's very unlikely. You have to learn. There's a lot more to the lifestyle. People don't want to make big changes. I get it, because it's hard. It takes so long to learn. If I'm saying take 10 hours to learn about losing weight, and then take 10 hours learning about 10 hours about, like, say, veganism, 10 hours of the opposite, against veganism. It takes so long to learn this. It's a lot of effort. But how can you be an expert if you don't put in the time? How can you even have any idea what to argue if you don't put in that time? You got to put in that time for both sides. It's got to be fair. If I'm going to say Christianity is wrong, Buddhism is right, I need to understand both of them enough to make a decision based on, I need to have studied each of them a good amount of time at least, or at least be able to say why something is right and wrong clearly. If I'm going to say Buddhism is better than Christianity, I need to say exactly why. I can't just say, oh, well, a lot of people can argue for Buddhism and a lot of people argue for Christianity. That's not saying anything. Specifically, it will be saying something like, well, I find it hard to believe in a God that we don't ever see or experience in any kind of way. So that might be a reason why I don't like Christianity. That's a specific reason. And then Buddhism, I might say, well, I don't like the idea of a specific reason of something they believe in Buddhism, like worshipping some chubby dude or something, like the little emblem they had. It's a specific reason, like, that's it. You got to give a specific reason. So you learn about something and then you write down the reasons for and against, but learn about it from the person that really believes in it, and then learn about it from the person that doesn't believe in it, that believes in something else, and then write the pros and cons of that. Then you can get to somewhere where you have a better understanding and you can make up your mind better. And then maybe even try to incorporate it into your life. Try to be a Christian, be a Buddhist, be a vegan, be a non-vegan, be a bodybuilder, be a overweight person. Experience each of those. Experience them for a few weeks, months, a year, to really understand it. But if you're lazy, you're not going to do this. You're just going to sit and argue instead, which is what people do with me. They sit and argue, and you don't realize that I have experience in what I'm arguing. I don't argue things that I don't know about. I just say, I don't know. I only argue things that I have personally experienced for years. These things, I did scale-based methods. I've studied it for at least 2 years. And then I studied song-based, created song-based, etc., etc. Same with vegan. I did vegan now for 5 years, and I studied it for 2 years before I did it. And I did bodybuilding for 4 years, and I studied that for 2 or 3 years before I did that, okay? So I really studied this stuff and experienced the stuff that I'm talking about from both the goods, from people that support it and from the people that don't support it. That's where I speak from. And if you can't speak from that same place of experience, I urge you to experience these things before you talk about them. I've lost weight, I've been fat. I'm 70 now, I've been 85 kilos. I understand what it's like to be overweight. I understand what it's like to be built. I understand what it's like to be lean. I understand these things. I've done them. I can show you physical photo proof that I've done them. I'm speaking from a place of experience. If you have not experienced this, I urge you to try to experience it before you argue it. Okay? All right. Let's read. R2. Does partaking in good diet and getting in shape, living a healthy lifestyle help improve your voice itself? Can it? Like, how big of a role does it have? Nah, it's not really related. The only way it might help is some foods, for example, might give you more phlegm, like dairy. Dairy tends to give you more phlegm. It used to give me more phlegm. Some foods give you maybe allergies, maybe they give you sores on your mouth. So in that way, it can help. Sometimes people get reflux from the way they eat. Reflux is completely from how you eat. Okay, I get reflux when I don't eat well, when I eat too much high chili food or too much acidic food, which burns the thing that lines the bottom of your esophagus, and it lets the acid come back up when it's not supposed to. So it's actually diet related. So in that way, diet can affect your feeling, like the burning here in your throat, your ability to sing comfortably, but doesn't make your voice better, not necessarily. It just, like I said, removes phlegm and maybe removes discomfort that you might have from acid reflux, stuff like that. But it doesn't make your singing better. It doesn't improve the quality of your tone, the quality of ooh, oh, oh, yeah, yeah. It doesn't help you. I love you, you too. It doesn't help you learn any of those skills, okay? Those things. It might sound more phlegmy if I'm more phlegmy from eating dairy, or it might sound a bit like more hoarse if I'm like acid reflux, but it doesn't make your singing skills improve. All right, I hope that answers R2. Tom Milley says, vegan vegetarian isn't really for me, and I've tried, looked into things about them, but I can get behind eating less meat. I think we eat too much meat or just too much in general. R2 I found since cutting them, acid reflux is gone. Yeah, cool. Okay, it's not for you. See, again, non-specific. That's not specific. What do you mean by that? And what does less meat mean? So it's important, language is important to be clear. Okay, if I say, oh, you know, like that diet's not for me, but why? Why is something not for you? You know, if I tell you, if you just say, I don't like chicken, okay, fair enough. Like, we don't like certain food, we don't like certain music. That's not really something, it's kind of hard to explain. We just don't like the way it tastes or the way it sounds, right? Fair enough. But saying a whole diet, which includes dozens to hundreds of foods that you can choose from, is not for you, and it's not like right or something, you got to be a bit more specific, you know what I mean? Renzo, vocal rest today. I tried practicing today, but my body, yeah. Cool, rest, man. Renzo, love this kind of vids about trying and researching. Thanks, man. I like sharing it. All the comments and the kind of stuff that we talk about in the comments that I get really makes me think about these kind of topics. You know what I mean? As a teacher, I try to give you guys what I think you need. It's not just about what I want to talk about. It's what I think you need, my viewers need to improve. That's what a good teacher does, adapts to what a student needs. R2, Tom, yeah, I think about that all the time. I think I'm lactose intolerant, it's hard, but I need to find a way to cut off dairy. Yeah, bro, why don't you try, like, there's some great soy milks, soy cheeses that you can have, or you can just not eat dairy, just eat it, like, replace it with fruits and vegetables and stuff, but try the non-dairy ones first and see how you go. There's also lactose-free dairy, So it's actually from cow milk, but it's lactose free, so you can try that as well. That's not vegan or anything, but it's lactose free. That might help you. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, Tom Millie, yeah, me too, man. When I stopped eating cheese, I get bad migraines regularly, but when I stopped eating cheese, the migraine thickness lessened. It used to be throbbing, now it doesn't throb, it's just like tension. And I used to get like extreme vomiting and diarrhea at the end of the migraine, and now I only get that very occasionally. Like I used to get it once a week, and now I only get it, and I used to get cold sweat as well. And now I only get it, I don't get the cold sweat anymore at all, but the vomiting, diarrhea, the diarrhea thing, I don't get that at all either. But I do get the vomiting, but it's much less, and it's much less often. So it's like once every couple months or something like that, compared to once every week. So dairy definitely played a big role in helping me with my issues. So, and it reduced my phlegm majorly. And these things used to swell up a lot, so that doesn't swell up nowhere near as much anymore. Just from removing cheese and milk and butter. So yeah, just reading R2's comment about intestines. Tom Millie, Rashedi, I know what you mean. I always try to look at both sides of things and try things out for myself. That's good. Renzo, I was a Christian, but I turned into a militant atheist. Then I realized I don't care anymore because I don't have any evidence. Then I learned to assess a claim before accepting it. That's good. You don't have evidence of being atheist? Is that what you mean? As in, yeah, because atheist, remember, is a position where you don't believe in other positions. It's just saying, I don't believe in gods because I don't think there's evidence of gods. That's what atheist is. There isn't evidence for atheism. Do you know what I mean? Because atheism is saying that there is no evidence for gods. So just wondering what you mean by that. Oh, I'm choking on something. What made you like singing? Great question. My dad used to sing every day waking up, so I really used to love the sound of his voice. He used to sing Arabic, and he sang it really well. I liked Arabic singers, but what made me actually want to sing myself was when I was about 14, 15, 16. I heard Cisco, Boyz II Men, Craig David, those singers, and they just made me go, wow, what is this? And then I just really wanted to learn. So those artists' voices, the way they sang, Cisco, Craig David, Boyz II Men, they just changed my feeling with music. They made the feeling I already had when my dad sang and when I heard Arabic music. They took that to another level and made me want to sing a lot, all the time. So those artists made me love singing. Made me become a singer. Price. I'm the type to catch on fast once I learn. I just feel like I've wasted time by not taking my singing seriously when I was small. Oh my God. Maybe I'm choking from the stuff that's coming off from the trees. Should I consider buying courses and some books? Price. Get some lessons, man. Come get some lessons with me. That's the fastest thing. Second best thing, you can grab my course. First best thing, grab some lessons with me, bro. Grab even one lesson. Then you'll understand what I'm talking about. Just grab one lesson. It's only $20 American. Grab one lesson, you'll see what it's like. I'll tell you what you need to do. I'll tell you maybe you could just get my course and you'll be fine after that. Or I'll tell you if you need fixing, you need lessons. I'll let you know exactly what you need to be doing, okay? But yeah, you gotta do something. You gotta learn from somewhere. You can watch my YouTube videos. I've got plenty of videos, and learn as much as you can from those videos. You might be able to decipher those videos and make them fit for yourself. Fit for you. Renzo, I've been singing for 2 years too. Awesome. And I'm broke and can't buy courses. Okay, well, you got my videos, bro. My videos share a lot of stuff. My courses are just more organized, you know, and more like levels, whereas my videos are very mixed. My YouTube videos. But yeah, man, I'm sure you can afford one lesson, Renzo. Come on. One lesson, bro. $20. I'm sure you can afford one lesson just to see, you know, what you need to do. And if you want, send me your voice. I'll send me an email of your voice, just you singing a verse and a chorus, only one, don't send more than one. And I'll have a listen to it and I'll let you know. I'll let you know what you got to focus on, okay? For free, by the way. How many teachers do that for free? I looked on some other guy's site and he's charging $170 to do a voice analysis. Fuck. Crazy shit. All right. Tom Millie, and I find just that lots of people oh yeah, that felt good. That's my duck sneeze. Lots of people eat when they don't need to. Yeah, exactly. Even me, like sometimes I eat more than I need to, and that makes me not be as ripped, and I hate that. Like I want to be more ripped. When I eat as much as my body needs to, I'm ripped, like 6 abs, you know. But when I don't, I'm always like just 4 abs or 2 abs, you know, like fatty kind of abs. I've tried doing more intermittent fasting and I find it. Yeah, intermittent fasting is good. You can either do intermittent fasting or you can just drop your calories from your meals. So like if you eat 3 meals and they're all about 800 calories each, you could be like, I'm gonna drop 100 calories from each meal, or 150 or 200 calories from each meal. And then that's another way. So if you don't like intermittent fasting, because it can be a long time, you can do that instead. They both work, it's the same thing. Hold on, I just got to reply. Oh. Reconnecting. All right, sorry guys, I don't know if it disconnected there. I was just sending a message to my brother and it like disconnected or something. I didn't realize that I can't do other things on my phone. Let's see, where am I at? It definitely feels better when you're leaner. Your stomach feels better, you don't feel as bloated, you feel like you want to be more active. Totally agree, bro. Renzo, maybe want to finish school and get a job. Yeah, man. Price, yeah, I feel like I wasted time as a kid when I started out because I was always too scared to sing or even open my mouth around others. Yeah, but don't worry, like you got now, you know, live in the moment, live now. Don't worry about it. I'm 33 and I'm still loving it and learning. You do it when you're a kid, you do it now. What's the difference? There's no rush to the end line, you know what I mean? Just think about it like you're gonna sing till you die. That's how I think about it. I don't think about it like I'm trying to win a competition and the competition is in 2 years and I have to kill it by then. You know what I mean? It doesn't really have an end time. Renzo, nope, I don't have any evidence about the God claim. Oh yeah, true. Yeah, I'm okay, man, I'm okay, I'm just coughing. Because I think something went in my throat, maybe from the trees. That explains why your last name is Hayek. What do you mean? What explains why my last name is Hayek? R2 says, I've been told that if I were to get vocal lessons, I could be successful. Anyone can be successful with vocal lessons, bro. Anyone can be successful. Like, not just you. I don't care how crap you are. or how good you are. Anyone can get better when they do vocal lessons. Much better, like pro. I don't know if that was an outstretched comment, lol, but it makes me wonder, but I really do want to be a great singer someday. Well, look at it like this, bro. You are fit as. I've seen your body. You're faff. Fit as fuck. You look incredible. Now, do you go to the gym every day? Don't you work out every day to stay that, to get your muscles as thick as they are and as mad as they are? Now, I want you to imagine if you didn't go to the gym every day, what would happen to your body? Did you not learn how to work out in the gym? You had to learn, right? Singing is the same, bro. You got to get in the gym. You got to learn how to do it. So the gym, it's just your voice. You're already singing. You're doing your thing. You're killing it. You're probably naturally getting better as you practice, right? What you're missing is someone to tell you what to fix. Now, when you get in the gym, you see some people that don't know how to work out properly. They don't know how to do the movements properly. Maybe they rush the movements. Maybe they're like, their form isn't right. Maybe they try to go too heavy, too early. Maybe they're going too light. Maybe they're like taking too long rests or not long enough rests, etc., right? They're doing all these things wrong. Some people make mistakes and they need help. And some people catch on to shit real quick. Some people watch a mentor and they pick it up and they don't need any extra help. I don't know how you got heaps fit, but maybe you were natural at it, or maybe you got help. I don't know, maybe you had someone that trained you. Singing, all you need is someone, I heard your voice, you're killer, but you need someone to help you with the bits that aren't good, okay? Once you know how to work on those bits, that's it, then you can train on your own. You know what I mean? Once someone shows you how to do sit-ups, you're good. You know how to do it, right? That's all you need. You need someone to show you how to do those things, and then you'll be self-sufficient. You'll be able to practice by yourself. So Renzo says, what are my other hobbies? Salsa dancing. I do IT job, so I kind of like helping people fix computers and stuff. I like teaching. I love teaching, which is why I've focused my channel on teaching, like teaching music. I love watching stuff about religion and philosophy, like atheism and philosophy, like general philosophy, like about society and the things that we do in society generally, like about all kinds of topics, like relationships, communication, what makes people think the way they do, schooling, like how our society functions in terms of schools and different kinds of people and how society deals with different kinds of people, all that kind of stuff. I like studying that. I love spending time with my girlfriend. I love hanging out with my family. I like going for walks. I like beautiful scenery, like nature kind of stuff. I'm doing bodybuilding training. I love working out. I love basketball, though I haven't played basketball for years, but that's something that I used to love. Yeah, I think those are a few things. Salsa dancing. Yeah. Veganism. Tom Milley says, I'm more of a rock and blues type singer. Usually I sing loud and powerful. Do you have any advice to get more of that light R&B stuff you do? Well, some rock stuff has light stuff, doesn't it? I mean, when I've heard some rock singers, they can go loud and soft. So why don't you listen to some rock singers that have that light thing to them as well? Yeah, that's what I would say. The only advice is pick an artist that you really like, the way that they sound, and then just copy that. So if there's an R&B artist you really like that's really light, try to copy that when they're light. Because the R&B artists I listen to, they're a mix of all the sounds. They're light, they're medium, and they're loud. So they do everything. So, and I thought that great rock singers do the same thing. So yeah, learn to do all. Learn to do all, but learn from the artist that you like, okay? Learn from the voice that you like, and just imitate, bro, imitate. I would say, technically, a tip I would say is maybe weight is a good word. I heard Carl use that word, weight. So it feels like you're bringing up a lot of weight. Sometimes when you try to go loud and powerful, you feel like you're bringing up weight, which is to create more volume. It feels like heavy sort of a feeling when you try to go higher in full like chest. So what I do, I lighten up my chest by not making it go as heavy. So I'll go, so it's like really light. Instead of it's like, watch the difference. So I'm just adding volume, right? Sometimes I call it weight. It feels like weight as well because it feels heavier as I'm doing that. So whatever you want to call it, it's just really, it sounds like volume changing. So go from soft to loud, loud to soft. That helps me. Like that. Let's see if that helps, you know. It's not falsetto, by the way. That's falsetto. That's falsetto. That's chest, light and louder. Price. I know what I need. Honestly, I need better breath support. No, you don't need breath support. You need to learn how to hold a note. That automatically trains your breath support. Oh, I got to hold my notes longer. That's it. Good. But I just don't like to call it breath support. I just call it holding a note because that's the actual activity you're doing. Breath support is a side effect of that activity. Stay on pitch and try to improve my tone. I think with the right techniques to give me that boost, I need to improve. Yeah, you just got to learn how to copy a note. And the best way to do that is to slow the note down and hold it. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Get every note just right. Hold it. Can you hold the notes? Like that, you know what I mean? That's it. Your breath support gets trained automatically, bro. I do no breath support exercises. Whoa, 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 whoa. That was all on one breath. Okay, so that's a part from a song. I'm gonna do a video training that one later, but that's a part of an actual song. I learned how to hold my breath that long because I trained to sing with that song, and then gradually my breath was able to go for longer. I was able to hold the notes for longer. So holding notes is the action. Breath support is just the byproduct, okay? Because my father is Arabian. Oh, Hayek, yeah. Price. How do you keep your tongue flat? I see a lot of videos on that, and I kind of speak with my tongue and I have a lisp, so does that make it harder for me? I don't know anything about lisps, sorry. The tongue placement thing confuses me. I don't know, because I never think about my tongue placement. I never think about it, and I've never told anyone to think about it. The only time that I have is when the person is foreign. Like I had a Spanish student, and he can't say words, he can't say letters properly in English. So instead of D, he'll say like the instead of D, or I don't know, I can't remember, I might be wrong about the specific example I just gave, but he couldn't say certain sounds like the, and I used to have to get him to change his tongue so he could learn how to say letters like R, like R, like to say certain letters, je, f, like saying certain letters. Never for singing, not specific for singing. This is only to learn how to say the letter. So whether you're holding the note on the letter or you're just speaking the letter, it's the same thing. So it's the only time I told someone maybe to change their tongue. But to teach someone to sing better, I never ask them to change their tongue. So any teachers that talk about changing the tongue, I don't know what they're talking about. I don't agree with it because I don't see what it is training. I don't know the mistake that the student is making that is leading the teacher to do that. I haven't encountered it yet. I've taught singing for I've looked on recently on my thing, since the last year. I'm not going to count my last 10 years where I taught in high schools, just the last year, I've taught 150 hours of singing, and I never encountered anyone that I needed to change their tongue for them to get better. So I'll just leave it there. If you want to give me more questions about it, you can. Renzo is my real name. Atu, okay. Is Rashid, which is Arabic. Renzo. Oh, your real name is Rashid. Kind of close to Rashid, I guess. Yeah, we're very close. Rashid. A lot of people call me Rashid. And I'm like, nah, bro, it's Rashid. Rashid. Sometimes I don't mind, but I'm like, Rashid, like a garden shed. Rashid. Shed. Rashid. Alright. That is a cool name. Damn has meaning. Okay. Sure, thanks. Actually, my name rally guarded one of the two. I don't know what it means. I thought that my name means mature. That's what I got told. My name means mature. I don't know. Renzo says, School of Life. Yeah, I like the School of Life channel. I agree with a lot of their stuff. We are kind of similar. Yeah, Renzo, we probably are. If I'm going to go for an IT career, here we go again, oh my God. What programming should I really focus on? I've been programming as a hobby and I want to take the next level. I did programming in uni, but I'm not doing programming in my current job. I'm just doing support on a low level. In my uni degree, I did C++, Java, Visual Basic, SQL. Those were my main languages. I don't know, man, do whatever one interests you. It doesn't really matter, because when you learn how to program in one language, you learn the logic skills, you know? You learn how to do pseudocode and that kind of stuff, and that's what, then you can apply that to any language that you want to learn. That's the main goal. It's like there's a way to learn it, languages, and you can just learn any language after you learn one. That was my experience in uni anyway. Cool, thanks, says Price. No worries, man. Tom Millie, I used to play sax and I found that helped me when I came to learning singing for controlling breath. And awesome, it's cool. I love sax, I love the sound of it. Renzo, my chance for you is to try making Happy Birthday into R&B. Happy birthday, yeah, okay. Is that a challenge? Is that a joke, right? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Oh. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Oh, to you. How's that? All right, Price, keeping the tongue flat is for better airflow. And today would say something better airflow. Bro, if I can sing with my mouth closed, how does it change airflow? There, I'm breathing through my nose. I'm changing my tongue, Rich. What's the tongue doing? I don't get it. It's just changing me into a bit nasal by like change the shape of my mouth, but it doesn't change the quality of the note. Akobo. Price, is practicing on the vowels something I should do? Depends what you mean. Yes, you got to get vowels right. That's like a happy birthday to you got to get every vowel right. Yeah, definitely. That's something you got to practice. All right, guys. I got to go back to work. I'm Rashid Hayek. It's been amazing hanging out with you guys. Thank you for the lovely questions. I've really enjoyed it. rnbsinginglessons.com for my courses. If you can't afford my courses, keep watching my free videos. I give away a lot of free content in these videos. I'm sure they're helping you. Tell me how they're helping you. Always make sure you like my videos and share it with people, you know, to help get the word out. Let's help make as many great singers as we can. If you can't afford lessons, which is the highest thing that I recommend, please send me your voice on an email. And I'd love to give you a critique on your voice and tell you what you got to focus on, okay? I'm happy to do that. Just a verse and a chorus. All you guys, please send me your voice. I really want to help you guys. It's free, doesn't cost anything. I'm giving away a lot here, yeah? I really like helping you guys. My lessons are cheap, so when you can afford to, please do it. I don't like doing lessons for free. I've done that in the past. It doesn't feel right. I'd rather spend the time making videos or doing my own thing, because it is like work when I do a lesson. It's like a lot of effort. It's fun, like my current IT job, but it's a certain type of effort that's required. So I do prefer to be paid for that, but I don't ask for a lot. So when you can afford, please come do lessons and buy my courses to support me. But until then, send me your voices and I'll give you critiques. And like my videos, write nice comments, or write like critical comments, but like in a nice way, you know what I mean? That kind of stuff. Last one from Atu, Rashid, would you please place R. Kelly in your top 5? I don't like R. Kelly that much, bro. I don't like his voice that much. I like his songs, but I don't like his voice that much. Not of your personal favor, but as far as skill. He can't do vibrato that good, and his vibratos, it hurts me. It hurts me. So that's the only thing that I would complain about R. Kelly. He sounds a bit shaky because he can't get that vibrato down, but everything else has got it down. I agree with you there. Everything else is nice. Songwriting is really good. And where would you go down from there? Curious to know. Down from, you mean people that I like? Have you been to my website, Rashid? Go to the, that's weird saying something similar to my name. Go to the bottom of my website and I've got all my favorite artists there. Go there. It's hard to rank like in the top, you know, the top kind of artist who's the best, because all these artists are kind of good at the same stuff, you know what I mean? So go to my website and right on the bottom, it's got all my favorite artists. But there's a link from the top that takes you down to the bottom and it says my favorite artists and it's got male and female. Check that out, bro. All right, guys, see you next time. Later.